Hello, people. I'm going live today to host my event called JOYFest. Yes, I'm very excited to be here today on my personal Facebook, where I have invited my friends to join me for JOYFest. First, let me introduce myself for those who may be new to my Facebook or new to me at all, period. I'm Dawn Herring, founder of Refresh with Dawn Herring, where finding joy takes center stage. Yes, I'm a huge proponent of joy because for me, joy is usually the precursor to the greatest refreshment. And therefore, joy takes center stage here at Refresh with Dawn Herring. And I'm very excited to be here to share with you JOYFest, which is a gathering of folks in the community where we can share our joys together, which means that we're raising our vibration and sharing in that joy again, and that makes the world a better place. Yes, so I'm so excited to be here today with you for JOYFest, and I also wanted to talk to you briefly about what I do. I am an intuitive watercolor painter. I'm an avid daily doodler and written journal keeper. Yes, I am. I am also creator of a brand new course called 7 Steps to Creative Clarity, which is now available on my website, which I will link below in the comments after this is concluded. And I'm also creator of Dawn's Life Directives and Affirmations coloring pages with prompts, which is also available on my website for download and coloring and reflective pleasure. So I just wanted to let you know about that. Okay, so let me just wanted to tap in to my okay, let me hit refresh on here. I'm using my iPad today to the reason why I want to do that is because I don't know if I'm going to be able to see your comments, which to me is extremely important. I want to have your comments. Swipe left. Yeah, see, the last time I was on here, that didn't work for me either, where I can't swipe to see comments. So, I'm kind of hoping to tap into, oh, here I am. There it is. Okay. So I am able to see your comments. I've got my, there it is. Just hold on a second. So I am able to see your comments. I've got my, there it is. Just hold on a second. I'm trying to shut off the sound on my comment thing here so that you won't be hearing that the whole time. But anyway, so I'm glad to have you aboard with me today for JOYFest. Let me just hold on a minute. You won't be hearing that the whole time. But anyway, so I'm glad to have you aboard with me today for JOYFest. Let me just hold on a minute. You won't be hearing that the whole time. But anyway, so I'm glad to have you aboard with me today for JOYFest. I'm sorry for this interruption. I know I had this issue with it last time too, because I'm sorry for this yeah, I'm trying to shut off the interruption. I know I had this issue with it last time too, because okay, you know, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna shut off interruption. I know I had this issue with it last time too, because okay. There we go. I'm just going to run with it, and hopefully I'll see your comments below. Yeah. Yeah, every time I go to hit the comments, it opens up the audio. But anyway, so I just wanted to share with you some of my joys. Hit the comments, it opens up the audio. But anyway, so I just wanted to share with you. I'm so sorry, people. Sorry about that, friends. I'm trying to shut this off, and it's not cooperating. There we go. No. I'm so sorry, people. Sorry about that, friends. I'm trying to shut this off, and it's not cooperating. There we go. No. I'm so sorry, people. Sorry about that. Wow. I'm really having a little bit of a challenge here. Sorry about that. I know it's kind of interrupting my my flow here, but wow. You know what? I think I'm just gonna a little bit of a challenge here. Sorry about that. I'm trying to shut it off and it's not working for me. Oh dear. And I'm not going to be able to do anything. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna. Oh, there we go. Okay. Close that. And hopefully that will do. Sorry about that. Okay. I may not be able to see your comments, so if you leave comments below, my great apologies for this. I don't know why Facebook has me in video only mode, so I'm not able to see your comments below, which is a really big disappointment for me because I would love to have seen you know, what you want to share. The joys that you have experienced in 2017. I would have loved to have seen that. But unfortunately, I can't open it and see your comments. I would have loved to have seen that. Oh well. But unfortunately, yeah, it's just not working out very well. Okay, so my apologies in advance for me not being able to see your comments because it's just not working out very well. But anyway, so I just thought I would share with you some of the things that have brought me the greatest joy. I know it's kind of hard for me to do the community side of it if I can't see your comments, so my apologies for that. I don't know if I'll be able to see comments coming up. I do have the page open, so in case I see something come up, I'll see if I can read. Oh, I have one viewer. I have one viewer. Welcome. I know, I almost feel like I should just start over again, but I'm just going to run with it like I did last time. So my apologies for the delay. But if you want to join me, and just leave comments below, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to see them on my iPad, even though the video is not running on there. And you're welcome to do that. And yeah, so anyway, so I'll be looking for your comments in case you have any. So I did want to talk to you about some of the things that has brought me the greatest joy in 2017, since that is our purpose. A few of my favorite things is our topic for today. And today is kind of like our Christmas edition of JOYFest. I'm wearing my Christmas red, if you want to call it that, my Christmas red. I have my Christmas pin that my sister gave me years ago, which I hardly ever wear, but I thought I'd put it on today. And I'm also wearing a necklace that my mom gave me for, I don't know if it was for Christmas or not, but anyway. So I just thought I would share that with you. Because when you wear things that, that bring you joy, it's kind of nice to share that joy with other people. So that's part of my wardrobe joy, as I like to call it. The other thing I want to mention is there's a woman on Instagram. Her name is Kelly Ray Roberts. I'm sure that probably you might be familiar with her. She's an acrylic painter, and I follow her on Instagram, and she's a lot of fun. I really like her energy, and she had an event on Instagram. I think it was just on Instagram. It might have been on social media in general, but she was using the hashtag Wear Your Joy. Well, I love to wear my joy. So that really hit the spot for me, and she suggested taking a snapshot of yourself wearing your joy and then posting it on social media. But instead, I decided to create a video, and I did that earlier this year. That gave me so much joy. I had so much fun going outside and sharing everybody what I was wearing, and then I posted the video with the hashtag, and she thought that was great. So I had a lot of fun with that. My wardrobe is huge. As far as giving me joy, I just love, I didn't mean that my wardrobe is really big. That's not what I meant by that. It's just a really big part of what brings me joy. And so I really enjoy sharing that joy with you. And of course, my jewelry is a part of that wardrobe. And if you are not already subscribed to the Joy Finder, which is my newsletter, I recently sent out a couple of issues. Yesterday I sent out an issue, and last week I sent one out where I talk about my shoes. And different things that I was dealing with my shoes and how I resolved those issues that brought me great joy. So if you want to sign up for the Joy Finder, which is my newsletter, you're welcome to check it out. I'll put a link for it below in the comments after our JOYFest live event here. And again, I apologize for all of that hoopla in the beginning. I thought I was going to be able to keep it live on there, but anyway. So yeah, so if you want to sign up for the Joy Finder, you're welcome to do so. And if you do, guess what you get? You get a gift from me. And since this happens to be the holiday season, where gift giving is rather common, I would love for you to have my gift, 10 Steps into Joy, which is an illustrated list of 10 ideas that you might want to use to initiate more joy in your everyday life. Excuse me. So that I would encourage you to do. I will put a link below in the comments if you want to check that out. There is a welcome message on my website for the Joy Finder where I share with you why I have the Joy Finder and what you can receive as a result of being a subscriber. So that is one thing I wanted to mention to you as well. There are some people who I would like. I have one viewer. Thank you so much for joining me for JOYFest today. I am so sorry for the crazy introduction of dealing with the Facebook debacle here. But I do have my iPad open. So if you leave any comments or like it or whatever you choose to do, I'm hoping that I'll be able to see your comments if you leave any, and that I'll be able to respond to what you say. So you are welcome to share anything that has brought you joy in 2017. I would love to hear what your joys are so I can share in your joy, because when we share in our joy, it increases the joy factor in our lives big time. It raises our vibration, and it makes the world a better place. And we definitely need more of that right now. So you are welcome to share with me what's going on in your joy life. So yes, very excited about that. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you want to, you can put your name so I know that you're there. So I'm hoping that it will show up in the comments over there. I don't know who's viewing, but I apologize in advance for not knowing. I wish I did, but I don't. So I don't know why Facebook decided to go with video only mode. Not a good idea. But anyway, so I did want to mention a few other people who have brought me joy, especially artists that I have followed on Instagram who have really opened things up for me. And I've enjoyed getting to know them and seeing and viewing their art. And some of them do Instagram stories that I watch that are very inspiring to me. And so I thought I would share a few of them with you so that if you want to check them out, you're welcome to do so. The first person that I want to mention is my friend Annie M. Priest. She paints with oils and with watercolor, and I love her paintings, and I love her Instagram stories. She's really big on cooking in the kitchen, and I'm not. I'm not really big on cooking in the kitchen, but she makes it look so fun and enjoyable and cozy, and I just love watching her cook. She does some really cool stuff. Plus she has beautiful children, and I just love her vibe. She's a really sweet girl, so I just wanted to mention her. She's Annie M. Priest on Instagram, as far as I know. And then there's another artist. Her name is Carrie Woodhouse, and her Instagram is Art Tally, ARTTALLY. And I love her watercolor paintings. She does these little whimsical, sometimes it's landscape, sometimes it features little children. And she has this little girl that she features a lot of times that she created, and I just love her stuff. She has a really great energy. Then there's Emily Fens. She has a very interesting dynamic that she uses with watercolor, and then she doodles on top of it with flowers and all kinds of embellishments that are really cool. So I really love her stuff. And then there's Paulette Insall. I think I'm pronouncing that properly. I apologize, Paulette, if I'm not pronouncing that properly, but she is I think she's an acrylic painter. I love her dynamic approach to painting. She uses a lot of different colors together, and she does some scribble lines, and oh my goodness, I just love her work. It's very, very beautiful. And then there's Catherine Rains, who is the hotel artist on Instagram. And I have, oh, okay, I see somebody liked my post over there. Angel Fridholm? I'll just say Angel for now, so I don't mispronounce anybody's name. Thank you so much for joining me. If that's you on there, I'm not sure if you're the one viewing, but I appreciate your, oh, and there is one comment. Oh dear. Okay, all right, I see. Hello, Angel. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you, John, also for joining me. I'm gonna have to close it for now, though, so that, thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, I have to go back in again so it doesn't keep playing. Okay, there we go. All right, let me go back to where I was here. Sorry about that, people. I was just wanting to see your comments, and I had to open it up and it had to play in order for me to see them, so sorry about that. But yes, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. So yeah, so I just wanted to share those people who I have met on Instagram. I would not have met them if I hadn't have met them on Instagram, I don't think. And so those are the people who I have connected with there, and their art has brought me joy, and I have really, really enjoyed connecting with them and leaving comments and just viewing their art. It has been very inspiring for me. Now, there are a couple of other people that I want to mention, make special shout outs to. One of them is Laura Volpin-Testa. She's on all social media outlets, and she is a teacher at Parsons New School of Design in New York City, and she is the founder of Fashion Illustration Tribe. She is a fashion illustrator and designer and teacher, and she is a master at her craft. I took her course back in 2016, and I have been friends with her ever since. She is an absolute delightful friend of mine, and we are both totally on board and on the same page when it comes to joy in creativity. Totally, totally. So I wanted to give Laura Volpin-Testa a great shout out. If you're ever interested in drawing or just having fun with fashion, she's a great woman to follow. Not to mention that she's also a vocalist. She performs on the weekends in a band, and she does a lot of, let's see if I can remember what kind of music she sings. I mean, so she does, you know, like show tunes too, but I'm trying to remember the kind of music that she sings, and it's not coming to me. But I really love listening to her and watching her perform. She's really inspiring to me, and we've had a lot of great conversations together. So I wanted to give a special shout out to her. And then another person I wanted to mention is Jen Morris. She is an art journal keeper and mommy. Yeah, and I get her newsletter, and I'm friends with her on Facebook, and I just really love her vibe. She's really fun, and I just wanted to give her a shout out as well. So those are the people who I wanted to mention to you on this Christmas edition of JOYFest, which I'm having a great time with. I'm kind of hoping to get a little more feedback from folks who said that they were going to join. So anyway, I thank you for the viewer. I wish I knew who was viewing, but I can't see your name, so I don't know for sure who it is. But thank you for hanging in there with me. And anyone who joins us in the meanwhile is welcome to leave a comment, say hi, and share with me your greatest joys of 2017. Even if I don't see them during this recording, I will certainly respond to you later on if you leave a comment and let me know what your greatest joys of 2017 were. And it can be anything you want, any category that matters to you, whether it be an artist or someone who inspired you in some way or another, books that you love, videos, podcasts, websites, you know, people who you've engaged with, you know, both in person and online, who have inspired you, any of that kind of stuff. You know, if you've been cooking in the kitchen and you want to share some joy from that, you're welcome to do so. All of those things qualify. Anything that lifts your spirit and leaves you feeling fabulous qualifies for your joy. So I am looking forward to, oh, I have 2 viewers now. Thank you so much for joining me for JOYFest. I'm not going to be able to open the comments unless, well, it gets a little noisy because then it starts playing back on me. Oh my goodness. So maybe I'll get a little brave and tap in to who's viewing. I'm going to have to close it for now, though. Okay. Oh my goodness. I have 2 viewers. Thank you so much for joining me. You're welcome to say hello, and then I'm just going to close this, and I'll just close it so that it doesn't play over and over again. Sorry about that. I know, unfortunately, Facebook has video only mode now, so it makes it impossible for you to be able to see comments while you're on the video, even though last time it worked for me. But you guys are welcome to leave comments, and I will reply to you after the JOYFest live. And maybe I might even be able to see them there if they're there right away. I'll see what I can, it will show me if there more comments have been left, and I'll open them up and respond to them if I can. It's just going to be a little noisy because it'll start replaying what I've already said, so that's what makes it a little awkward. But anyway, hopefully Facebook will fix this so that we can see comments as we're recording without having to do that. So, but anyway, thank you so much for joining me. The 2 viewers that I do have that are live, thank you so much. And you're welcome to leave a comment and let me know what has brought you joy this year. So far I've shared with you the people who have brought me joy, and I decided I wanted to share that first because people are very important. They're actually the most important part of life, really, because if you didn't have people, it'd be awfully lonely. Yes, it would. So I just wanted to share with you some of the people who have brought me joy, and some good friends of mine who I really appreciate their presence in my life, and how much they've brought me joy this year in 2017. So the next thing I want to share with you is books. I have a couple of books that I wanted to share with you that that really made a difference in my life as an artist. The first one is called Your Creative License, and that book is written by Danny Gregory. Danny Gregory is an artist and author, and he is absolutely hilarious. I highly recommend following him, even if you don't draw, because he'll get you drawing whether you draw or not. He's just one of those kind of people who says, just get a pen out and do whatever you want to do. Don't worry about what it looks like. Just do it. And don't bother with pencil. Don't erase. Just draw. I just absolutely love his dynamic. I follow his he's got a Facebook group here too that I follow, and he shares a lot of sketchbook drawings from other people on there that can really be inspiring, and I just love listening to him. He's hilarious. He's got a great sense of humor in his book and live, and so I highly recommend Danny Gregory. I actually wrote a book review on Your Creative License, which I will leave a link for in the comments afterwards when we conclude here, and I highly recommend that you go check his book out because it's really fun. I had a great time with it. Excuse me. And then the next one I wanted to mention, I didn't write it down, but I'm pretty sure I have the right title. There is an artist, her name is Flora Boley. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. My apologies if I'm not. And her name is Flora Boley, and she has 2 books that she has published. One is called Brave Intuitive Painting, and that particular book I checked out a couple of years ago, wrote a book review on. And then I also got her second book, I believe it's called Creative Revolution, if I'm correct. And I read that as well, and I wrote a book review on that too, because it was so good. I mean, it was just really, really good. And she really addresses the whole part of you, not just you as an artist, but just your whole being, really. And it's divided up into these categories, and I just really, really loved it. So I'll try and leave a link for that as well, since I wrote a book review for that too. So I guess I'm just dropping a lot of names here. But you know, it's like when you find somebody who has the right vibe and you really enjoy their presence and you really enjoy their voice and what they do inspires you, you should share it with other people. So that's what I'm doing today. As I'm looking back on 2017 and the different things that I ran into that I decided to follow my curiosity on, which is one of the 7 steps to creative clarity is curiosity. I decided to check it out, and I'm really glad I did because I really love Flora. She's got I love her energy. I love her art. She has beautiful paintings that she creates layer upon layer upon layer, and she turns them around, and oh my goodness, I love her whole approach. It's very fascinating. Now, I paint primarily with watercolor. I haven't tried it with gouache the way she does it, but I'm primarily with transparent watercolor, although I've been dipping into gouache a little bit. But she's an acrylic painter, so I haven't really tried her techniques in my own paintings. So I don't know how well it would work with gouache anyway. I'm not sure if it would work the same way. But as far as, you know, being able to cover up the colors that are already there and that sort of thing, like the way she does it. But she's very talented, very inspiring, and I love her books. I love how deep she goes. She goes very deep when it comes to your life as an artist and as a creative person. So I wanted to mention that. And also, the next thing I want to talk about are my other podcasts that have inspired me. The first one, I would say the one on the top of my list, is hosted by Jamie Ridler. She is an artist and a coach, and she has a video series called Behind the Scenes that she does at Jamie Ridler Studios, and I watch those videos. I get her newsletter, and I've been in her, she has like a group on her website that you can join for free that is very, very inspiring, and I've joined her for a couple of live events that she hosted that I really thought was fun and inspiring. So her podcast is called Creative Living with Jamie, if you want to look it up on iTunes. I love listening to her. I love her voice on podcast, and I love her interviews on podcast. She asks some really interesting questions, and I really just enjoy listening to her all the way around. So I highly recommend Jamie Ridler for that. And let me see, I'm trying to think of who else I listened to on podcast. She was my favorite of 2017. It brought me the greatest joy listening to her. I also have listened to Your Creative Push, and also Megan O'Toole. I don't recall the name of her podcast, but she talks a lot about social media, and she talks with creatives and such, and I've enjoyed listening to her. But there haven't been as many podcast episodes from her. So Jamie basically tops my list as far as that goes, and so I thought I would share that with you. Because if it inspires me, it might inspire you. No matter how you're creative, no matter what your joy factor is in your life, whatever it is that lifts your spirit and leaves you feeling fabulous. I'm always eager to tell everyone that you don't have to compare yourself with what other people are doing. You just need to look at what brings you joy. Because what brings you joy is completely relevant, completely wonderful, and should be recognized for its value. And I want you to understand that whatever you're doing out there, however you're creatively expressing yourself, is what you should be doing, because it's what brings you joy. I know that it's easy for us to look at what everybody else is doing and saying, oh man, I wish I could do that, you know, and feeling badly that you don't. And I just want you to be encouraged to recognize the value of what you are doing in your creative expression, and to really relish the joy that you experience when you are engaging in those things that bring you joy. So I just wanted to put that word out there. As we go into a new year of 2018, I want you to really think carefully about what brings you joy and what you would want to include in your creative practice. Because when you really tap in to what really lifts you, it makes you feel good when you're engaging in it, where you get into the zone and you totally lose track of time and you're like, oh wow, I'm so glad I tried that. That's what you want to tap into. And I really get into detail and give lots and lots of exercises and prompts in this very subject matter, which is why I created the 7 Steps to Creative Clarity course, which is available on my website. I will provide you a link below if you want to check it out. But if you want to go there on your own, not through social media, you can just go to dawnherring.net and go to Playing Joy, because of course it's all about play. Play is one of my favorite words. Below joy and refreshment, I love play. Play, 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 play. We don't play enough. We need to play a lot more than we do. And that's the kind of energy and approach that I would love for you to come to the course with. Is I'm going to go play with 7 Steps to Creative Clarity. I'm just going to go have some fun. I'm going to go pick myself a journaling prompt or exercise, and I'm just going to go dive deep into joy, nurture, intuition, curiosity, alignment, experimentation, and connection. And in connection, there is connection with yourself, with other people, and with spirit. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that with you because I had such a great time compiling a bunch of exercises and prompts for you to play with so that you can find greater joy, enhance the nurture in your life, follow your curiosity, get a little messy with experimentation, find your perfect alignment creatively, and just really enjoy tapping into your creativity and seeing where it leads you. I have 2 comments on my thing here, so I'm going to open it up. It's going to get a little noisy just so I can see if anybody left a comment so I can see. Hello, Sue. Thank you so much for leaving a comment. Joy's longtime friends, immediate family were my main joys in 2017. Lots of travel and fun events like going to concerts. A specific joy is that my husband recently had blood clots in his lungs. Oh, guess what? I was able to shut off the volume. Perfect. He had blood clots in his lungs, but we caught it in time, and he will be fine. Also, my volunteer work as church librarian is a joy. Oh, Sue, thank you so much for sharing your joys with me and with our community. Thank you so, so, so much. Yes, friends are essential, and you are a very good friend. I want to thank you so much for being a good friend and for being a part of my inner circle on social media and for being such a big part of everything I do online. I really, really appreciate you. And yes, it sounds like fun. Going to concerts? Yes, music! Music is another fabulous category of what can bring us joy. And I'm so glad that you mentioned that because I actually had some music to share with you, which I will do in a moment. But I am so delighted for you, Sue, that your husband is okay. I really, 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 really am. I am so happy that he's okay. And also that your volunteer work. So you work in your church library. That sounds like fun. So you're around books and people. And that's a really good combination, isn't it? I just love that. Thank you so, so much for sharing with me your joys from 2017. That means the world to me. It really does. Thank you so much. So I actually was able to shut the volume off on my video here. So if you want to leave comments, I can see them. and I won't have to worry about it being too noisy. Sorry about that. With the way things were happening early, it was a little bit chaotic. But I know now to just lower the volume all the way down on my iPad and then it shuts it off. So yay, I figured that out in time before this is over for today. So anyway, anyone else who wants to leave a comment and share what is bringing them their greatest joy in 2017, you are welcome to share and I will respond to you. Thank you so much for sharing what you did, Sue. That was thrilling. So yeah. So speaking of music, we're going to go back to that whole idea. Oh yay, I'm smiling at your positive words about my joys in our friendship. I'm grateful that we met several years ago and have this virtual friendship. Oh, thank you so much, Sue. Thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. Yes, and I'm glad you're smiling. That is the whole purpose of JOYFest. We want to smile, smile, smile. Yes. And raise each other's vibration and just have a great time together. That's what JOYFest is for. And next time we do this, I am just going to remember to shut down my volume, and then I won't have to worry about it making noise, right? And then I can still see your comments. So I am full of joy knowing that I just figured that out. You know, yesterday I sent out an issue of the Joy Finder, and I talked briefly about an issue that I was having with my shoe and how I resolved it. And you know what? I cannot tell you how much joy I derive from solving a problem. Yeah, problem solving is actually a really great source of joy in my life. So every time I solve a problem, I'm like, yay! And I'm ready to celebrate and tell my husband what I did and just be really, really happy about the change that I made. Any positive change that you make in your life can bring you joy. And you know, I just want to say this. It's so easy to just kind of gloss over what we experience and not really take a moment or a few moments or even a really long, long time to really be mindful and relish I'm not going to call it a side effect because that sounds negative, but the direct result, the positive result of what we feel and what we experience as a result of solving a problem. We need to really relish that. And every time we encounter that positive change that we made, you know, every time I put my shoe on, if I'm more mindful of, oh, every time I put it on and I solved the problem I was having, it can just bring me even more joy. It's like, it doesn't take a lot. It can just be a moment of mindfulness that we incorporate into our everyday that can make such a huge difference. And so I want to challenge you, in a sense, playfully challenge you, in 2018, that you will determine to be more mindful about how you solved a problem. And that every time you come back to the situation that you resolved, that you will relish it once again. That every time you encounter it, you'll be like, that's right, I solved that problem and I'm so glad I did, and it has brought me so much joy. I really believe that when we take the moments in our days to do that, that it will change the whole dynamic of the energy that we experience in our everyday life. And who doesn't want that, right? Absolutely. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. So music. I want to get back to music. I know I keep talking about music and I haven't gotten back to it yet. So this year, in 2017, I have been watching, just briefly, clips from X Factor and from America's Got Talent. And I've done a little tiny bit of The Voice, but not near as much. But anyway, so I just wanted to mention a very young artist. She just turned 13 a little while ago. Her name is Grace Vanderwall. I know I've mentioned her on my live chats before on Facebook, and I shared one of her CDs with you. And she came out with a new one recently, which I also got. And I will say that I think she's very talented. She plays the ukulele, and she has a really cool vocal. I love the way she sings. And I really appreciate her story, because I know that when she, before she, I guess you could say, got famous. Yeah, she's now famous. She's a pretty big name in music right now. She was actually told by Simon Cowell that she would be the next Taylor Swift, which I thought was interesting. So, yeah, before she got famous, she touches a little bit on the social issues that she was having in school, you know, with fellow students. And she even talks about that a little bit in one of her newer songs called So Much More Than This. I highly recommend that you listen to that song, because I really think, I love her perspective on it. I love how she broke out of you know, paying attention to the things that really are not relevant and tapping into what is. You know, like paying attention to what people were telling her that were sweet and validating and raising her energy and vibration and joy. And I watched her video that she has for this song, So Much More Than This, and that's what she taps into, the messages from her friends. And, you know, I think it's important that we realize what we're listening to. Because if we're only listening to criticism and negative things, that can really be a bummer. It really can. So we need to make sure that what we listen to is something that lifts us and puts us in a better frame of mind, and things that inspire us, things that, you know, like if someone gives you a compliment, receive it and say, oh, thank you so much, and then relish that. And so that's the one thing that I really appreciate about her point of view, is that when you tap into the things that really matter, that's where you're going to find joy. So that's why I really like, I think the name of her CD is Just the Beginning. I think that's the name of the CD. I'm not quite sure about that. I don't have it here. It's in my car. So, but anyway, so I just wanted to share Grace VanderWaal with you. I'm sure you've probably seen her because she was the winner of America's Got Talent 2 seasons ago, or last season, or whenever it was. Well, it was in 2016. But I'm still listening to her, and I like to watch her interviews. I like to hear what she has to say. She's pretty wise for her years, I think. And so I just wanted to share that with you, so you can check her out if you want to. And then there was also, I think she was the runner-up. Her name is Grace Davis. She was in the UK competition for X Factor, and I thought she was very talented. She's a songwriter and a singer, and I thought that her performances were really good. So just thought I would mention her as well, even though she didn't win. I really wanted her to win, but she didn't win. And so if you want to check her out on YouTube, they have her videos for replay, so if you want to check her out. But I love her songwriting skills. She's really good at songwriting, which is inspiring to me. It really is. So those were the two that I wanted to mention on that. And now it's time to talk about food. If you have any foods that have brought you joy, I like to call it food joy. Something that just makes your tongue go, yay! When you eat it. This year, I came across 2 new products. Both of them are gluten-free, because I'm gluten-free. Yeah, I don't eat wheat. So I've been gluten-free for, I don't know, maybe 8 years, somewhere around there. And I am just really grateful that companies are putting out more gluten-free products, because I've seen a lot of new stuff come out, which is great, which gives gluten-free folks like me more options. So I just wanted to tell you about my, let's see, what was it? The brand is UDI, UDI, and they have a lasagna called broccoli and kale lasagna. Ooh, is it good? Yes, I bake it in the oven. I don't heat it in the microwave. I bake it in the oven and have it for lunch sometimes, and it's really, really good. It gives me food joy. Yes, it does. Very glad that I found that. And the other item was a gluten-free cracker from Simple Mills. Pretty sure that's the name of it. And I use that for, I slice up hard-boiled egg and put it on the cracker, or I put a little turkey on the cracker. So I kind of make it not quite a sandwich, but like almost like an hors d'oeuvre for my lunch. And I have a lot of fun with that. So I'm really, really grateful that this cracker has no yeast, and it's not made from grain. It's made from vegetable protein. Yes. So it is a vegan option for people. So I was really glad to have found it. They come in all kind of varieties, but I just get the original, because I don't really like all extra stuff on it. So so I just wanted to share that with you, because food joy, right? We all want to have food joy. We all want to look forward to what we eat each meal. And so that's what I try to follow. I try to be intuitive with what I eat each day. I ask my body, what do you want? And I usually get an answer. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do that today. Yeah, because sometimes, you know, you get kind of bored with eating the same thing over and over again. So I was really glad to find these new products to mix things up a little bit and keep things fresh, as I like to say. with my food, as well as with my journaling practice, which it can kind of coincide both ways, which is kind of fun. But yeah, as a matter of fact, we had a journal chat live, I think 3 weeks ago, on our Journal Chat Live private Facebook group, and we had a fabulous time. Yes, we did. It was really fun. We talked about how to keep it fresh in your journaling practice. And you know what? If you join the group, the replay is still available if you want to watch it. We had a great time. We worked with some journaling prompts, and we just shared with each other some things about our journaling practice and what we want to do more of. Debbie! Debbie, hi! Hi, Debbie, how are you? Debbie from the Warm Milk Journal just joined us for this JOYFest. So glad to have her aboard. Thank you so much for joining us, Debbie. Wonderful. What I was going to say is she just got 2 new kittens. Yes, she did. And they're absolutely adorable. Yay, she's great. I can imagine. How could you not be great having 2 new kittens, right? How much fun is that? I've enjoyed watching the little videos that you've posted on Facebook. Oh yes, they are so much fun. How could you not have fun with a kitten, right? And 2 of them, no less. Oh my goodness, so much fun. Obviously, Debbie, your kittens are a great source of joy, right? That's awesome. I am so glad you joined us today. How much fun is that, right? It's been a long time since I've had a cat. I have a grandson, so that's enough for now. Yes, they are. Yay! I'm so excited you joined us today for JOYFest. This JOYFest, let me just refresh what I was going to talk about concerning JOYFest. I know we've been on for a little while, but I'm just going to tell you anyway. JOYFest, the purpose of JOYFest for me is to create a community gathering where everyone shares their joy with each other. And the reason why I think that is so important is because we often overlook what brings us joy. And instead of overlooking, I now have 3 viewers. Thank you so much for joining me, people. Thank you so much, friends, for being with me on this live event. Now that I've got things going over here. Hi, Mika! I am pronouncing your name correctly. I trust that I am. I think I remember from last time. Mika, thank you so much for joining me today on JOYFest. I'm having a good time now. Yes! Yay! Hadn't received the notification. Oh my goodness. Hey, how are you? You didn't receive the notification. Oh dear. That's terrible. But I know you're a subscriber, right? I don't know. I know, I've been sending out invites to everybody all over the place to let them know. But I'm so glad you finally got on. So yes, awesome. Great to have you aboard. You're welcome to leave a comment. Yes, I'm so glad I got it right. You're welcome to leave a comment about what has brought you the most joy in 2017. And it can be anything at all. Any comment, any category, whatever it is. It can be anything. So you're welcome to leave a comment and let me know what's bringing you the most joy, what has brought you the most joy in 2017. So, yes, my purpose for JOYFest is to create, yes, you are a subscriber, I know you are. Thank you. And I just wanted to let you know that we need more joy in this life. So therefore, we need to get together and share our joy because it makes the world a better place. It just does, right? I don't think there's an argument there, right? And with all of the things that are happening around us that can be really bummerish and downright upsetting, we need more joy. We need more joy, more joy. We need to share our joy with each other and really enjoy doing that because it makes the world a better place. It just does. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm so glad that you guys are joining me for this and sharing with me your joys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So don't mind me every once in a while. Oh, your kitten. He is 7 months old, and I'm going to a creative center since August 2 times a week. Yay! You have a kitten too! Everybody's getting kittens! Kitten joy. Major contributor here for our live JOYFest. Awesome. Love this. Yes, creative center. Sounds wonderful. You'll have to give me more detail on that. I would love to know what you're doing. 2 times a week, that sounds wonderful. that you have it in your routine and that you're doing it regularly. This is great. Yeah, kitten joy, Debbie, exactly. And Debbie shares in 2017, getting my Short Morning Prayers book published, your new home, and your parents moving to Florida from Oklahoma City. Your new kittens and your kids are doing well. Wow, you have got quite a list. That's awesome! Congratulations on the publication of your book. I am so happy for you. And I'm really happy for you that you got a great new home. I know I've seen pictures of it on Facebook. It's beautiful. And your parents moving close to you. That's awesome. So you guys can be really close. That's really great. I'm so glad for you. Kittens, kittens, kittens. We can't get enough of the kittens, right? Oh my goodness. I don't know what I would do if I had a kitten again. Oh no. I know that they have a tendency to get into mischief. And then you have the litter box. Yeah. I have a grandson. I'm not going to say any more about it. He keeps me on my toes. I'll just say that. So I don't really have space for a kitten right now. Maybe in a few years. But anyway, I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying your kittens. This is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Give your kittens a scratch behind the ear for me and say, this is from Dawn. Okay, can you do that for me? How old is he? Oh, my grandson, he's 6. Yep. And he loves trucks. He loves dinosaurs. He loves to look at books. And he's been talking about Santa Claus lately. I wonder why. Yeah, he's been learning about that at school. So yeah, he's looking forward to a lot of things. Yes, he's fun. He's a lot of fun. Okay, so Mika says, on Wednesdays I'm doing people drawing with live models. Ooh, okay. I've never done that. On Fridays, I'm doing my own creative pursuits. Well, there you go. That's what I like to hear. Okay, but at the moment I'm focusing on getting more comfortable sketching, and I'm also making my own little books and such. Well, there you go. Thanks for sharing that, Mika. Awesome. I am so proud of you. I really am. I'm proud of you that you're doing all that. That's awesome. Yes, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. It's so much fun when people are sharing their joy. Doesn't that just make everything better? It really does. Yes, so you guys are welcome to share anything you want. Thank you so much for what you've already shared. I'm having a great time tapping into the joy with you. And I wanted to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. I don't know if all of you follow Christmas or if you have another holiday that you follow, but season's greetings, I'll say too. So I'm just really glad that we are having some fun together as we celebrate the season. Thank you. It's a reason for me to go outside and not avoid the outside world. So you're benefiting in more ways than one. Well, it's good that you see that and that you're recognizing the value of what you're doing. And I think it's awesome. Very, very good. Very happy for you. So yes, this is the holiday season, and I actually don't tell my grandson this, but I went Christmas shopping yesterday. Excuse me, I've had a little congestion, so don't mind. But anyway, I had a lot of fun shopping for him. I did. But I'm not going to tell you what, actually I can tell you what I got him because he's not going to watch this. I got him a couple of things. I got him a new PJ set, and I got him a helicopter and a fire truck to go with his police car. Yep. He is going to be really happy about that. Yes, he is. He loves playing with his cars and trucks, and he's totally into dinosaurs. I don't know if I'm going to get him a dinosaur, though. Not sure if I'll do that. But I have so much fun shopping for him. I really do. I have a good time. So, yeah, so the joy of the season. That's why I wanted to, you know, the song from The Sound of Music, a few of my favorite things kind of came to mind when I was thinking about doing this JOYFest for the holiday season. And I was like, that's a perfect title. A perfect topic for today. He's going to love that. Yes, I know. And he doesn't know about it yet. It's going to get wrapped. And he's going to open it on Christmas morning. when I get around to getting up. No, I'm just kidding. No, I actually get up pretty early because I get him ready for school. So, so I'm on an earlier schedule, which is actually my preference. I never thought I would say that in my life, but I like getting up earlier because then I have more time to do everything I want to do, which is great. So, oh, you know what else I wanted to show you? I wanted to talk to you about my artistic joy. Yes, I really, really enjoy painting with watercolor and creating nightly doodles. And I know I've shown these probably not, I shouldn't say 100 times because I haven't done that many videos. But I just wanted to show you the pens I use. Okay, my Pilot GT7 is my favorite writing pen for my journaling. And then I have my Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen in black. The small size, which I use every night to create my doodle. Yes, do that every night when I create my doodle. I love doing doodles. They give me great joy. I love the design factor. I love determining how I'm going to draw my letters. Oh, you have to go, Debbie? Well, thanks so much for stopping, and you are, you are so sweet. She said I'm precious. Oh, thank you so much. You are too, dear friend. Oh, that really touched my heart. Thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by, Debbie, and enjoy those kittens. Give them a little scratch behind the ears for me. So anyway, okay, Debbie, she's a good friend of mine. I've known her for several years. She has a fabulous website called the Warm Milk Journal, and she posts really fabulous journaling prompts on there that I highly recommend. So yes, absolutely. I'm just going to show you my colorful artist Pitt pens that I use to make my doodles fun and colorful and embellished with pinstripes and dots and stipple and all kinds of things that I do with these things. I love the colors, absolutely love the colors. Colors and me are best friends. I absolutely love color. And then the other thing I wanted to show you was my watercolor markers, which I have been using for the last three and a half years. And I've gotten more and more colors. I keep adding more to it. These are my watercolor, Winsor & Newton watercolor markers. Whoops. Yeah, all different colors, all kinds of colors. Color, color, color. And I do warms, I do cools, I do all kinds of stuff with that. I just have so much fun. And my daily doodle brings me great joy because it gives me an opportunity to design, to determine how I want to honor my day's experience, which is really fun. And it just gives me a time to just relax and wind down for the day. And it's something I've been doing for almost 4 years. Yeah. So that is something that brings me great joy, and I just wanted to share that with you. And if you want to see some of my doodles, you can go to Instagram and look me up. I'm Refresh with Dawn Herring on Instagram if you're not already following me there. And you can check out my feed there, and a lot of my doodles are there. So you can check them out. And you can also go to my website, dawnherring.net, and there is a page under Playing Joy that is called Dawn's Doodle Dynamics and Lettering, Hand Lettering. And if you want to go there, you can check out all of my doodles. And Mika says, I haven't been using a lot of color in my journal lately. Might need to change it up. Oh, yes! Add some color, girl! Have some fun with it. When I first started keeping a doodle, or drawing a doodle each day, which I got the idea from Jani Frank. Yeah, I follow her on Facebook. Jani is a good friend of mine. JaniFranck, I believe is how you spell her last name. You should look her up. She's really awesome. And she was the one who came up. She actually got the idea from a friend of hers, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jani. And I took a course from her several years ago. That's when I started the doodle. And she challenged us to create a doodle every day for 7 days. Yep, that's how it all started. And I got hooked. And when I first started doing it, it was just black and white. I just used an ink pen. That's all I did. And I decided to use the word. I was using a word or phrase to summarize my day's experience, to honor it. And so I decided to use that word or phrase for my doodle. And I'm like, that's a great idea. Why don't I just do that? So that's what I did. And then before I knew it, I got the idea to make some color, to add some color to it. So I got the Winsor Newton watercolor markers. I got a set of them, just 3 to start with. And oh my gosh, what a difference that made. I was like, why didn't I do this before? I love this. Oh, it was so much fun when I added color. I cannot tell you what a difference it makes when you add color. It's absolutely amazing. It just brings the whole thing to life. And then, of course, I added more colors after those, and then I added another more. And then last year, I think it was last year, I added the pit pens, which are the ones that I use for detailing. And that has enabled me to create a doodle every day that can really be vibrant and fun, and I even draw a little illustration now and then with it, and I just have so much fun with my doodle. So yes, I would highly recommend that you add color, Mika. I think that you'll really enjoy that. It'll make a difference, because it'll just bring the whole thing to life, and then you'll probably get hooked, and then you won't be able to stop. Yes. I have Karan Dash. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Watercolor markers. Might need to dig them out of the shadows. So you already have something you can use. Yay! So go for it, and then you'll have to tell me how it goes. You'll have to share with me how much you love it. I hope you love it like I do, because I love it, love it, love it. Yes. Can't do enough. And then not only do I do the daily doodle, but I've also been adding more stuff. I make the headers on my website. If you go to my website, you're going to see the kind of drawing and doodling that I do. I have 2 headers on my homepage that you can look at, and then I have headers for my blog posts that I've had a lot of fun creating. Plus I have headers for my 7 Steps to Creative Clarity course, which is now available on my website if you want to go there and check it out. Again, joy, the 7 steps are joy, nurture, intuition, curiosity, alignment, experimentation, and connection. I would love to have you go check it out, watch the welcome video, read about it, check it out. I created a header for each step, so you can see my work on there as well. And you know what? The course is only $49. And it includes video, audio, and downloadable prompts and exercises for your journal, art journal, and doodle practice. And you don't have to have a practice ahead of time for you to benefit. You can just start with that. That's all. Oh, that's right. Yes, my 10 steps into joy. Mika just reminded me. I have a gift for you. If you subscribe to the Joy Finder, you get my 10 steps into joy, which is also an illustrated, doodled list of 10 ideas that you can incorporate into your life to bring more joy. Yes, thank you for mentioning that, Mika. Yes, I've been doing a lot of doodling. Yes, I have, and I have so much fun with it. I really do. So why not just do it everywhere? Can't do too much doodling as far as I'm concerned. And you know, doodles are very common when somebody's sitting in a meeting or something and they just want to draw a doodle on their page or whatever. It's a great way to get into the zone. People actually say that when I doodle, I can listen better. Yeah, it's actually a really great way to get into that creative zone where you're just totally into what you're doing. It just makes all the difference. Helps you focus, helps you relax. Oh yeah. Can't do too much of that. And I have doodle prompts for all 7 steps in the 7 Steps to Creative Clarity, so you can have some fun with that. Oh, and you know what else has doodles? Or doodle prompts, I should say? My coloring pages. Dawn's Life Directives and Affirmations coloring pages with prompts. Yes, they are available also under Playing Joy. And I have created big doodles for you to color in. Yes, and as a matter of fact, I can show them to you. Yep, I have a download right here. Perfect time to show you this. This is what it looks like on the front, but it's in color. I happen to have a black and white laser printer, so I don't have a color here. But you get a word from me about each topic, and then you get all these prompts. Yay, happy prompts. And then here's your coloring page. Oh, I love it. Isn't that so much fun? Check it out. And what does it say? I am personally empowered. Who doesn't want to be personally empowered, right? What a great thing to reflect on, and then you can think about it while you're coloring it. Yep, that's just one of my designs that I have created for you to color. So that was the black and white version. This is my colored version. Yes, I colored this in. Isn't that fun? Oh my gosh, I used gouache paint for this one. Yes, I did. I had so much fun with that. And then here's one called Be a Joy Finder. That's another one that I created. Yep. Yes, they are awesome. Micah, thank you so much for saying that. Here's another one called Nurture Your Soul. Lots of circles on that one. I love circles. I love geometrics. They are so much fun. Recognize your value with a mirror. Look in the mirror and say, what does it say on the list? You'll have to find out. Subscribe to the Joy Finder and you'll find out what I say, what you're supposed to say to yourself when you look in the mirror, right? Appreciate yourself for who you are. Oh, that is one of my favorites. I absolutely love that whole teaching that I teach at Refresh with Dawn Herring. Appreciate yourself for who you are. Yes. And here's another one. See, I have so many of them, don't I? I give myself permission to create. How many times do you need to give yourself permission to create, right? We need to just do it, right? And here is the one that I always sign off with. May joy find you in the most unexpected places. These are all individually available on my website to download. Yes, they're $5.99 each, or you can get the whole book. You can get the whole book for $24, I believe. I almost forgot how much I have my book for. Isn't that hilarious? Yes, I'll leave a link for you in the comments below if you want to check that out and perhaps get one or two or just get the whole book. I would just get the whole book because there's so many in there and then you've got all the prompts to do and reflect on. It's so much fun. If you love to color, I got the coloring pages for you. If you love to reflect, I've got the journal prompts in there for your journaling, your art journaling, and your doodling. So you got nothing to lose, right? As far as that goes, you're going to have a lot of fun doing that. And of course, you always get a word from me. I always like to share with you my thoughts on these topics of appreciation and nurture and joy and recognizing your value and, you know, just focusing on the beauty of who you are and of your creative energy and juices and how you creatively express yourself and recognizing the value of all of that, because that's really what matters. That's really what matters. So I'm so glad that you joined me today for this wonderful JOYFest live. Now that I've figured out how to lower the volume so I can check out the comments. We're figuring this out. See, you know, Facebook kind of, you know, messed things up a little bit. So I was kind of like, well, how am I going to figure this out? So we figured it out, right? So next time I have JOYFest, I'll know to lower the volume and then there won't be any noisy chaos in the beginning. Sorry about that if that's a a little bit confusing interruption. But anyway, so that was my purpose for JOYFest. I'm so glad you joined me today for our Christmas edition of JOYFest, and I hope that this has been a time. Oh, Dawn, the work you do in encouraging us to be who we are, to look for the joy and use our creative talents is all so important. Thank you. Oh my gosh, Sue. Thank you. Thank you for your appreciation of what I do. Thank you so, so, so much for your feedback. I'm going to have to get in touch with you privately on that one. Definitely. Thank you so much for your kind words. That means a lot. Also, and of course, all your journaling resources too. Thank you. Yes, I cannot tell you how absolutely ecstatic I am to have 7 Steps to Creative Clarity course available to you right now on my website. You're welcome to check it out. Thank you for making time for this live chat. Oh, Mika, it has been a delight. Now that I got everything settled, now I can really engage with my dear friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. So I will leave a link for my 7 Steps to Creative Clarity course. as well as my Dawn's Life Directives and Affirmations coloring pages with prompts. And you are welcome to go check it out. I have welcome messages for both products, and you can read up on it and see if it's something that you want to do. And of course, there are samples of each of the designs for the coloring pages there on my website if you wanted to take a closer look and determine if it's something that you want to engage with in your creative practice and with your coloring and reflective pleasure. Oh, it looks like I have another person joining us. Oh, I had another person joining us. That's okay, no problem. So I just wanted to share all of that with you. And again, sign up for the Joy Finder, because then you'll get my doodled 10 steps into joy. You'll automatically get that when you sign up. And then you'll be able to find out when I'm going to have the next live event, in case you don't get a status in your feed on Facebook or wherever it happens to be. I'm on all the social media networks, but you don't always see everything. So that's why it's actually a really good idea to have the newsletter, so that this way you won't miss anything. And if you want to join me for a live event, you can do it, because you'll get an invite in your inbox if you do that. And I'm looking forward to seeing you sign up, because I love being able to talk to you through email and share with you my creative insights and how I am tapping into joy in my life so you can tap more into joy in yours. Yes. So thank you so much, all of my dear friends, Debbie, Mika, Sue, and let's see, who else was on here? Angel. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, and yeah, if I can remember his name now. John. Yes, John popped in too. So thank you so much for joining me today for this live JOYFest Christmas edition of a few of my favorite things. Thank you so much for sharing what has brought you joy in 2017. I have had such a fabulous time now that we got past the chaos. And, and I look forward to the next time we have a JOYFest, which, of course, if you want to know, sign up for the Joy Finder so that you don't miss out. And, of course, I will have announcements on my website. If you go to dawnherring.net and go to Your Path to Joy, JOYFest is right, like, the second one down. The first one down is the Joy Finder, which you can sign up for, and then one below that is JOYFest. And I will, of course, have the announcement on there next time I plan a JOYFest. I don't know when I'm going to do it next. I have to determine that yet. But I do want to mention two things that that I'm going to be doing in January. The first thing I'm going to be doing is hosting another Journal Chat Live on our private Facebook group. Yes, in January. I'm going to be hosting one, and I will post the date when I have it settled for sure, when I'm going to do it. But early January, probably the second week of January, that Thursday, is what I'm thinking about. So if you want to get an invite in your inbox, you might want to sign up for the Joy Finder if you don't already get it. So I'll, of course, announce it on social media, but you don't always get the statuses on social media all the time. So I highly recommend that you sign up just so that you don't miss out. And our next topic for Journal Chat Live is going to be your journaling, more power to ya. And let me just tell you briefly what that's going to be about. We can use our journals as power tools in 2018. Yes. So we're going to be talking about that, and I'll probably have some prompts for us to play with a little bit together, and we'll talk about why journaling is such a powerful tool and how we can use it in our toolbox, so to speak, of creativity and positive change that leads to personal empowerment. And so we will get together privately for that, so we can share with each other in a private setting, and you're welcome to join me for that. And then also later on in January, probably, I'm not sure how many weeks are in January. There's a week, like maybe the third or fourth week. I'm not sure how many weeks are in January. I don't have a calendar right in front of me, but again, if you sign up for the Joy Finder, you'll get all of the announcements so you don't miss anything. But I'm going to be running the 7 Steps to Creative Clarity. Now, of course, it's not an e-course. All of the content is on my website, so all you have to do is purchase the course, and then it takes you directly to a page where it has all the links that you need to access the content, the videos, the audio, and the downloadable prompts that are in PDF that you can download. And we also have a secret Facebook group for 7 Steps to Creative Clarity. Yes. And if you're interested in joining us for that run, you're welcome to purchase the course. And if I get a group of folks doing that, then I will be going live in that Facebook group to talk to you about the different steps that we're doing. And remember, the steps are joy, nurture, intuition. I have to keep remembering everything. Curiosity, alignment, experimentation, and connection. And the connection is with yourself, with others, and with spirit. Yeah, so there's a lot in there. There's a lot in there. There's an introductory video to each step where I give you thoughts on my own creative practice and share with you some insights on that. And then I have a whole list of prompts, exercises to go with in your journaling, art journaling, and doodle practice. And then there's also an audio where I talk to you and leave you with a really positive, affirming word about each step. And then, of course, there's the introductory page, and then there's the wrap-up. So you're welcome to check it out. Go watch the welcome video, check out all the steps, and see if it's something that will really work for you in getting your creative practice off the ground in 2018. Yes, absolutely. That is my greatest aim and joy, for you to have a creative practice that is authentic to you, that just lifts your spirit and leaves you feeling fabulous. And I look forward to engaging with you on the 7 Steps to Creative Clarity. Because if you're blocked, if you're unhappy about what you're not doing, then this course is for you. It really is. I had a great time putting it together for you, and I look forward to engaging with you on it, because when we engage in our creativity, we make the world a better place. Yes, we do. We can actually make the world an even better place when we give space and priority to our creative practice, because ultimately it's your self-care. Yes, it's a part of your self-care, of putting yourself in a place where you are taking good care of yourself, where you're nurturing yourself, where you're recognizing your value, where you're appreciating yourself for who you are. And that's what the course is for. It's to help you go dive deep into these topics and to have some aha moments, and who knows what else you might discover in the whole process. And I'm so looking forward to hearing from you about what you experience with the 7 Steps to Creative Clarity. And then, of course, the coloring pages would make an awesome complement to it as well, if you love to color and reflect with the ones that I showed you today on this live event. So thank you so much for being with me on this live event. Can't wait. Yay! Great topic for journal chat. Thank you, Sue. I'm so glad that you thought so. More power to you. Yes, I'm looking forward to doing that with you guys. Join me on our private Facebook group in January. And of course, sign up for Joy Finder, and then you will get all of the information for each of the events that I hold. And then you won't miss anything, right? So thank you so much, people. Oh, Janny! Hi! She just popped in. How are you? How are you? How are you? I was just wrapping things up, but I'm glad to see you. I gave you a little shout out. Yes, I did. I was talking about that little course that I took with you several years ago that got me doodling. Yes. And I was telling everybody how that got the whole thing started. And how much I enjoy it. Oh, I love it so much. So I just wanted to let you know that I did mention you on my JOYFest here, as I have shared with my friends the things that have brought me joy, and they have shared with me what has brought them joy. And you're welcome to leave a comment and tell me what has brought you joy in 2017. Because that's why we're here, in community, to share our joy together and make the world a better place. So excited to have everyone join me today and share your joys with me, because it has made me so happy. Yes, it has. I really, really love to engage with my friends here, and I have such a great time. So anyway, so that was my purpose and reason for coming together with you today, and I'm so glad you joined me. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with me today on this Thursday, December 7th of 2017. in the midst of the holiday season. Thank you so much for doing that, because I know a lot of people are busy right now with Christmas shopping and Christmas preparation for the upcoming holiday. And I really appreciate the fact that you decided to stop in today and join me for this JOYFest. So, by the way, do me a favor, share it with your friends. Tell your friends about JOYFest and let them know about the Joy Finder so that they can sign up too, so that they don't miss out. Because I would love to have more folks join us here for JOYFest. I mean, I love the intimacy of a small group of friends. It's been wonderful. But if you want your friends to know about it, I would be more than delighted if you would share it with your friends. That would be a lot of fun. The more the merrier, so to speak. So thank you so much for joining me for our little Christmas party here on JOYFest on this December 7th of 2017. And I trust that you will join me for our January events, which I will, of course, make public on my website and in the Joy Finder, and I will share it on social media as well. And I look forward to doing that with you. Look forward to more engagement and sharing our joy together and creating that creative practice in our lives that makes such a difference in our everyday experience. And why not, right? Self-care is absolutely essential, and why not make our creative practice part of that self-care, right? So thank you so much again for joining me. And again, if you have any questions, oh, thank you so much, Mika. Thank you so much. If you have any questions at all about my products that are on my website, 7 Steps to Creative Clarity, or the coloring pages, or any of the events that are coming up, just give me a holler. You can either leave a comment here, or you can email me, or just get in touch with me anywhere on social media, and I'd be more than happy to clarify anything that you might have question about. Okay? So thank you so much for being with me today on JOYFest, and may joy find you in the most unexpected places. Have a great holiday. Thank you. Bye-bye.